At Forrester in the design office, Hope and Brooke embrace and enthuse about the sacrifices Ridge and Bill made to get Sheila. The stakes were huge. Hope asks how Taylor is taking it. Brooke says she's good. Hope wonders if their relationship will change now that Ridge is back. In the main office, Thomas enters and sees his father sketching. He tells him it's good to see him back. Ridge replies that it's good to be back. Thomas remarks on what Ridge and Bill did and tells him it's good to be his son. Ridge muses, "And you're back." At Il Giardino, Wyatt tells Liam that Bill slept in. Liam's just glad he doesn't have to share his bed with Sheila anymore. Wyatt and Liam shudder over the pillow talk they must have had. Wyatt says that now that Sheila's dealt with, Liam can focus all of his attention on Thomas. Liam knows that Hope's line needs Thomas. He decides maybe it's all in his head and Thomas has really changed. Wyatt says, "You don't believe that any more than I do." Liam thinks Hope is only seeing what she wants to see. He's curious about Ridge and whether he potentially reversed Steffi's decision to bring her brother back to Forrester. At Forrester, Thomas says it was Steffi's decision to bring him back to Forrester. Ridge reminds him it was not his design skills that got him thrown out. Thomas insists the part of him that did get him thrown out is gone for good. In the design office, Brooke tells Hope that she and Taylor made it clear to Ridge that they were choosing themselves and putting their friendship first. Hope is thrilled to hear this. Brooke admits that most of her life she's felt that she needed a man, and most of the time it's the wrong man. She isn't saying that Hope's father was the wrong man, but her involvement with Deacon caused a lot of problems. She's just glad her daughter isn't drawn to the bad boys like she was. "I'm so proud of you, sweetheart." At Il Giardino, Liam tells Wyatt he's tried to take the high road with Thomas so many times and doesn't like putting Hope in the middle. But this arrangement means they are spending hours and hours working together. Wyatt feels Thomas must be more than happy to put in the time with her. Liam asks if his brother thinks he's being too controlling or overbearing. Wyatt thinks he's being a loving, concerned husband. Liam trusts Hope, but he feels Thomas is incapable of change. At Forrester, Thomas knows his father is skeptical because he keeps screwing up. All along he's been there for him and given him forgiveness over and over again. Like an idiot, Thomas called CPS on himself. He wasn't thinking and got mad because Brooke said something that threatened his relationship with his son. Obviously, he also wanted Ridge and Taylor back together too. Thomas says he wants to make him proud and never wants to let him down again, or his son, his mother, or his sister. Ridge adds, or Hope. In the design office, Brooke goes on about Hope's values and morals and how much she admires her marriage to Liam. Sometimes she wonders how she's even her daughter. She recalls that Stephanie called her the slut from the valley for a reason. "I'm just glad you're not like me that way." In the main office, Thomas tells Ridge that Hope is beginning to trust him again. Ridge notes that they are spending more time together. Thomas says it's just for the line and promises he no longer has those feelings for her. He's become a better person and can feel that he's changed. Ridge stands up and says, "You lied to me." He doesn't want to be estranged from his son. Thomas wants to make a promise to him. "I want to prove to everyone I'm a better man. More than that, I want to prove to you that I'm a son you can be proud of, because Dad, I love you so much." Ridge, emotional, pulls Thomas into an embrace. At Il Giardino, Liam tells Wyatt he wants to go see for himself if Thomas's obsessive behavior toward Hope is a thing of the past. He throws down his napkin, tells Wyatt he's buying, and takes off. In the design office, Brooke admires Thomas's latest dress design. She asks Hope, "How are things at home?" She wonders if Liam's adjusted to the fact that Thomas is working on the line again. Hope says he's trying. Brooke also has her reservations about Thomas, but if he acts professionally, Hope assures her mother that he is. Brooke muses that Thomas is a bad boy and Hope doesn't like the bad boys, but Liam is right. If Thomas behaves inappropriately, he has to go. Hope knows this, but she guesses she's the eternal optimist because things are getting better and better. Just then, Thomas walks in and asks, Are you ready to do this? He apologizes to Brooke for interrupting, and Hope explains they have a fitting. Thomas invites Brooke to stay, but she's headed to check on Ridge. She leaves, and Hope tells Thomas she loves the gown and can't wait to try it on. As she goes behind the screen to change, she peeks back out at Thomas's back. In the main office, Brooke asks Ridge how it feels to be back in his element. He says it feels good, but it was worth it. He held the hero's cape and Bill sacrificed a lot. Talk turns to Thomas and Hope's collaboration. Ridge is happy about it and wants his son to succeed. Hope and Thomas are a dynamic team. In the design office, Hope emerges in the gown. Thomas asks her to step on the riser and asks if it's okay for him to make adjustments. He touches her waist as he does so and then declares it perfect. Hope marvels that they've been so in sync. She's really happy to have him and his vision back on Hope for the future. She just wished everyone else felt that way. She has her career to think about. Thomas reiterates that they're working together and that's all. Nothing is going to happen, okay? Hope is glad to hear it because her mother had a thing for bad boys, but she does not. Just then, she wobbles on the riser and falls off. Thomas catches her and lands on the sofa with Hope on top of him. At that very moment, Liam walks through the door. He shouts, "Hey!" claps his hands and demands to know, "What the hell is going on here?" Thomas grimaces.